Have you ever felt connected to someone without knowing why? Nothing dramatic happens. No big words are spoken. Yet something feels steady, comforting, real. That's because deep connection doesn't ask for attention. It exists quietly. It shows up in small moments, in understanding without explanation, in comfort without effort. Some bonds don't need labels. They don't rush. They don't fade easily. They grow in silence, through trust, through presence. In this video, we'll explore 5 sweet signs that someone is deeply connected to you. Not obvious signs, not surface-level attraction, but subtle signals that reveal a genuine emotional bond. Listen closely, because one of these signs might already be part of your life. Now let's begin. Sign 1, they mirror your emotional rhythm. Have you ever noticed how someone's energy shifts the moment they're around you? Not in an obvious way, not like they're trying to impress you, but naturally. When you're calm, they soften too. When you're quiet, they don't rush you. When you're overwhelmed, they slow things down without being asked. This is called emotional rhythm. When someone is deeply connected to you, they don't react only to your words. They respond to how you feel. They sense changes before you explain them, sometimes even before you notice them yourself. You don't have to say, "I'm tired," or "I'm not okay." They already know, so they adjust. Their tone becomes gentler. Their presence becomes calmer. They don't take your mood personally. They don't push their own energy onto you. Instead, they meet you where you are. This isn't copying, it's attunement. It means their emotions are tuned into yours. They feel when you need space. They feel when you need warmth. And they respond without making it a big deal. That kind of awareness doesn't come from habit. It comes from care. Because when someone is deeply connected to you, your emotional state matters to them as much as their own. And without saying a single word, their presence tells you, "I'm here, and I understand." That quiet understanding is one of the clearest signs of a deep emotional connection. Sign 2, they respect your boundaries without needing an explanation. Pay attention to how they react when you need space. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to explain yourself. You simply step back, and they let you. When someone is deeply connected to you, they don't see boundaries as rejection. They don't question your absence. They don't make you feel guilty. Instead, they understand. If you reply late, they don't demand reasons. If you cancel plans, they don't pressure you. They trust your intentions without needing reassurance. This kind of respect is rare. Most people push when they feel insecure. But deep connection brings calm, not control. They know closeness doesn't disappear because of distance. So they give you space without pulling away emotionally. They don't rush your healing. They don't invade your silence. They stay steady. And when you return, nothing feels awkward, no tension, no emotional debt, just continuity. That's because true connection doesn't fear pauses. It survives them. Respecting boundaries isn't about being distant. It's about trusting the bond enough to let it breathe. And when someone gives you that freedom without resentment or fear, it's a powerful sign they are deeply connected to you. Sign 3, you can be fully yourself. Without performing with some people, you feel the need to impress. You choose your words carefully. You adjust your behavior. You stay alert. But with them, something changes. You relax. You don't rehearse sentences in your head. You don't filter every reaction. You can be quiet without feeling awkward. You can talk too much without feeling judged. When someone is deeply connected to you, they don't require a version of you. They accept your natural state, your tired days, your distracted moments, your honest emotions. You don't feel on. You feel real. There's no pressure to entertain, no need to prove your value. Even silence feels complete. You can sit together without filling the space. And that silence doesn't feel empty. It feels safe. This happens because your nervous system trusts them. You feel emotionally grounded in their presence. And they feel the same with you. They don't rush you. They don't interrupt your flow. They let you exist exactly as you are. This kind of comfort doesn't grow overnight. It forms through emotional understanding, through acceptance, through patience. When someone allows you to show up without effort, that's not casual. That's connection at its deepest level. Because real bonds don't ask you to change. They make you feel safe being who you already are. Sign 4. They feel protective of your peace, not possessive of you. Notice how they respond when something disturbs your peace. They don't overreact. They don't take control, but they care. When someone is deeply connected to you, your emotional well-being matters to them. They pay attention to what drains you, to what stresses you, to what hurts you. And without making a scene, they try to protect your peace. They encourage you to rest. They support your decisions. They stand beside you instead of standing over you. This is not ownership, it's awareness. They don't tell you what to do. They don't limit your freedom. They trust your judgment. If something doesn't feel right for you, they don't push you toward it. If someone crosses your boundaries, they don't ignore it. But they also don't turn it into control. They simply want you to feel safe. That's the difference. Possession is loud. Protection is quiet. Possession creates pressure. Protection creates safety. They don't compete for your attention. They don't isolate you from others. They respect your independence while caring deeply about your well-being. This balance doesn't come from fear. It comes from confidence in the connection you share. When someone protects your peace without trying to own you, it's a sign of emotional maturity, and it's a clear sign they are deeply connected to you. Sign 5, they feel close to you. Even when you're apart, distance doesn't weaken what you share with them. Even when you don't talk for a while, nothing feels lost. When someone is deeply connected to you, their bond with you isn't tied to constant contact. You cross their mind during ordinary moments. They remember things you once said casually. They think of you without trying to. And when you reconnect, the closeness returns instantly. No catching up, no awkward gap, just familiarity. They don't keep score. They don't measure effort. They understand that connection doesn't disappear in silence. It waits. They feel your presence even when you're not there. Not in a dramatic way, in a steady one. Your name feels safe to them. Your memory feels comforting. They don't rush you back. They don't demand consistency. They trust the bond. This kind of attachment is built on emotional depth, not proximity. And that's why time and space don't threaten it. Because when someone is deeply connected to you, they carry you with them, even when you're apart. If these signs felt familiar, pause for a moment. Deep connections aren't loud. They don't chase attention. They stay with you quietly. If this video helped you understand a bond in your life, let it sit with you. And if it resonated, tap like to support this space. If you've ever felt a connection that didn't need words, share your thoughts in the comments. For more videos that explore quiet bonds, emotional depth, and human connection, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because the most meaningful connections are often the ones we feel before we can explain them.